Wow, it's Saturday the 23rd of November, and it is very windy and very rainy. I'm in my very cluttered shed. I really didn't know what to talk about. The energies are a little bit low today. Don't know why. Maybe quite a lot done yesterday. Visiting various places. I did the food review, and I was reading more about the YQ Eat, which is the kind of nickname for it. But it's a really interesting story, and the video yesterday about small food, bakery and store. I've just sliced up basically. It was 4.4 kilograms, I think. The 24-pound loaf. It's like I measured it with a tape measure to try and slice it. It's quite an art just in the slicing. The crust is like soft but hard. It's Tim said that's again down to the flour. It's all about the flour. And I was just having a little read about it, and there's just so much information out there, and I just love knowing what goes into food in the background, and it's just so important. Today, yeah, slice that bread, dealing with a lot of ingredients that have come in, making a huge bone broth, and yeah, learning about the broth. We've got brothclub.com, and just the health benefits are crazy. We've also been trialing a gelatin, organic gelatin from another great supplier, Ossa Organics. They specialize in this stuff. And then this is just packed as well, full of the amino acids and nutrients. So for the first time, I've tried this with a chicken. This broth from the broth book that we've been learning from. You add the vinegar, and we've got our own vinegar, which we've got the mother in there, and we keep adding bits of wine to it here and there to keep it going, and it keeps feeding and fermenting. And it's the vinegar, the acidic nature of the vinegar added to the broth. So we've roasted the beef bones off, chuck them in the pan, fill it with filtered water, and then some onions. You can just chuck the skin on. I chuck like 3 onions in, and some carrot and some sea salt. Just a bit of sea salt, because you add the sea salt again when you pour a cup, which I'll be doing very shortly. But yeah, the acidic nature of the vinegar pulls out the alkaline minerals from the bones, so it draws them out into the broth. And this is just so good for not only your health, the vitamins and minerals, but also your body, the connective tissue. So if anybody's got like dodgy joints or cartilage problems, and yeah, this is very good at then help giving the body what it needs to rebuild that cartilage and connective tissue. So yeah, it's just nice to have time to prioritize for that health stuff, because if you want to make all your own food, it takes time. It takes time. You've got to have all your suppliers organized, which we do with the Life Master system. Some regular orders, which we have reminders on. Riverford, for example, comes on Friday, so on Wednesday there's a recurring calendar item each week, just to double check that recurring order and add and remove anything. And I hadn't done the beef stock broth in a while, so yeah, that smells incredible. I also put some herbs in there. Yeah, put some parsley, put some thyme in there as well, just for a bit more flavor and again nutrients. These herbs, they're not just for flavor; they've got very, very good medicinal qualities in them, and just good for you. But nice flavor as well. Yeah, so had like plans to finish the 4 a.m. club today, but it's just not happened. You've got to go with the tide sometimes, and again, that's why I love working for myself, because you can adjust accordingly, and that's sometimes what you've got to do. It's like the benefits of working for yourself are I love all the benefits. It's free, flexible, but with that, you obviously, I think the negative, you do have to learn to be disciplined within that. So yeah. Oh, microphone's on. Hello. Also, the Dexter beef down the road is ready today. So I've got 3 o'clock to go down and pick all of that up. Which it's better than organic. It's Dexter beef from a herd 5 minutes down the road. So couldn't get much more local really, unless we had a cow in the back garden. And it's got me thinking yesterday about some of the community interest projects, and hopefully I get a few minutes to I keep nudging these guys about the land and potentially getting together a community um, interest project where, I don't know, say if you had 20 people, for example, all put in a couple of hours a week. I think at the moment the guy Dean is doing most of the gardening work with help, and Debs does a lot of the admin and does help out as well and does a lot of work. But it's just the two of them, and they did have help. Some of my earlier videos this year I was up there helping, volunteering for a couple of hours a week. You get a box. That was great. I mean, I would have done it for free. I actually offered for free the year before, but it didn't happen. Maybe a bit too late in the season. But yeah, I mean, if it's just these business, it's really hard work. This farming work. We're seeing a lot of the farmer strikes at the minute because of the just changes to inheritance tax to these farmers, which aren't making a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of work. And I saw the amount of work that these guys do, and this is why they're kind of probably going to be stopping the veg but keeping the Dexter beef. But yeah, I mean, if you're up there if there's one person up there for 40 hours, it's a lot of work, especially if gardening, squatting down, it's really grueling. But if you had 20 people that could volunteer 2 hours a week, that's your 40 hours. And they could all work together, cover holidays, and we could have a system for that, whether it be project management, one of the tools that we're using, a simple spreadsheet, or just a community group in WhatsApp or something like that. But this could be organized so those 20 people all work together to ensure that the food garden was attended to and seeded, weeded, grown, composted, cleared, harvested, cropped, and distributed. So I think the power of the community for something like this, a local food enterprise, and then we could identify some of the local shops. There's a shop in a couple of villages with shops that have been taking on some of the veg, but then that can be then put there and sold to the community, and then the money put back in for any equipment that's needed for this to flourish. But yeah, ideas. It's something. There's so many things I want to do, obviously, and try and get that balance. It's a good look. It's not really a profitable business, this food thing, but we all need food. So it's the benefits of this aren't going to be money. They're going to be community working together, maybe mums with children and fathers with children. Families can come together. We could do different food events, link with some other producers. There's quite a few food producers around here that I'm starting to get to know. I visited the chickens. Well, they do all types of birds, but yeah, chickens I got. But yeah, celebrating local, bringing the community together around food. There's lots of different options there, but this just growing, having that veg there, it's just incredible. And the way nature works, we've got like 8 huge squashes from these guys as well that they grow, and just the squashes lasted last year all the way through till like I think March, April. We had 1 or 2 left that we hadn't used, but then they started to go bad. But nature is just incredible at producing these things at the end of this, towards the end of like the summery season where a lot of things grow. Give you these huge squashes to see you through the winter. It's just like wow, and there's so many different things you can do with that. Yeah, a bit of a rambly video. It's 176, and yeah, just gonna get the beef, do the broth, publish this video, maybe do some work tonight. It depends how the energies are. Just yeah. But yeah, non-conformity company. We've got all of some links below to the small food bakery and store and our main site. We've got quite a few different routes in, all of the blueprints on offer, and much more to come. So have a beautiful day.